We're cruising for some new wheels at Canada's biggest car brands to find out if we can get the car we see for the price they say. Two of our staffers are going to do the shopping. So let's see if you can actually get this car for this price. Will the dealerships honor their ads, or will they add on extra fees or features? We're hitting up Chevrolet, Ford, Honda, Hyundai, and Toyota. 3 dealerships per brand in the Toronto area. Our hidden cameras are rolling. George Eny is riding shotgun to see if car dealers try to take us for a ride. He's the director of the Automobile Protection Association, a consumer advocacy group. Can you give me a sense about what you at the APA are hearing from people about what it's really like to buy a car?
Cheating has become more sophisticated. They can't seem to write an honest car ad that includes all the information we'll need.
So what will we find when we hit the road? Just how honest are car ads like this? Right out of the gate, we hit some car trouble at 2 Hyundai dealerships. Turns out the car in the photo is a different version, and it's more money.
Not a preferred model, it's actually the ultimate trim.
The price is for the preferred, but the picture they've shown is for the ultimate.
They acknowledged, yeah, the wrong car is in the ad.
The salesperson, they're on the front line. They're stuck trying to fix the broken promises in the ad.
We run into the same problem at another Hyundai location. The base model they're actually selling doesn't even come in the color you see in the ad.
The color that you see in the car, company doesn't make that.
That image has no place with that ad. You're passing off a different car as the one in the promotion. That's, in our mind, deception.
When we take a closer look at the fine print, vehicles may not be exactly as shown, and/or vehicles are for illustrative purposes only.
That disclaimer is just a joke, all right? Show the right photo and do the job properly.
This Toyota dealership gets it wrong too. Check out this Tundra they're selling.
That's not the truck. Sadly, they put a picture of an upgrade. They're just doing this just to get people in, but this is extremely misleading.
Here, the salesperson offers to make it right by selling us a more expensive truck at the ad's price.
It will match the same payment that you saw on the ad. You're getting like $7,000 off.
Wow, it's very, very refreshing to see someone just tell you, yeah, you're getting screwed.
Yeah.
I can't do more, but here's what I can do. We'll do a workaround for you.
In a statement, this Toyota dealership tells us they acted with integrity and comply with all government rules and regulations. In all, 4 out of 15 dealerships we visit show a photo of a more expensive vehicle than the one they're actually selling.
25% non-compliance just on the photo. You haven't even gone into the showroom yet.
Deborah Dunn recently visited a Hyundai showroom in Vancouver and says she feels like she got taken for a ride. Hi, Deborah. Tell me about those extra packages that you ended up paying for.
Exterior and interior fob protection, and that was like $2,000. And I specifically said to him, this is optional, and he says, no, it's done at the factory.
So he led you to believe this feature, you didn't have a choice. You had to go with this.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Deborah says she felt pressured to sign the same day.
And I didn't get a chance to think about it and look over the map. And I did it the very next morning. And I just discovered all kinds of stuff.
Paint interior fob protection. They told you that it somehow protected the leather in your car?
My car doesn't have leather in it. So then I knew, like, right away, this is 100% a scam. I want my money back.
Right.
You don't put wax on cloth. Hello.
George says adding extras like that is a tactic known as tide selling, meaning if you want to buy the car, you're on the hook for extra features too.
If you weren't interested in it to start with, don't buy it. If you are interested in it, you might want to price it at an aftermarket shop that sells the same thing and see how they compare.
So, will the dealerships we visit add extra products?
Every vehicle comes with a lock. Like,
Can we get rid of the wheel locks or we have to?
the wheel locks are already in the pricing.
Wheel locks. We didn't ask for that.
Wheel locks can be an effective theft protection for wheels and tires.
But do you have to have them?
You do not have to have wheel locks, and in fact, if it's a standard wheel on a standard product, you probably have a low risk of having your wheels stolen. There should be no wheel locks unless you ask for them.
In an email, this Ford dealership tells us that the cost of the wheel locks is included in their advertised payments, which complies with regulations. At this Hyundai location, they say the car comes with a different anti-theft feature.
One thing that in Toronto is mandatory is theft deterrent. So that's another $595. Theft deterrent comes in with this vehicle. It gives you another $3,500 if your vehicle if it gets stolen. You get $3,500 on the top of whatever your insurance pays to you.
What you have here is a sort of a buffet of misdirections. That's deceptive. It's deceptive to claim that it's mandatory. What they don't tell you is that usually that $3,500 has to be spent at the same dealership to replace your stolen vehicle. You're paying them for a loyalty program that ties you to them in the future.
In total, 6 out of the 15 dealerships we visit include extra features. Most of those extras are built into the ad price, and some dealerships agree to remove them when we ask.
What does that tell you about what's happening out there?
It shows that, I guess, if you complain, there's still an opportunity to remove the charge. So maybe watch Marketplace and pick up some tips and remove the charges.
Speaking of charges, time for our next test.
So, the big question, can we get the price in the ad?
The price is the price. No extra charges beyond taxes and licensing, but that's it.
When it comes to cars, all-in pricing in dealership ads is the law in Ontario and for much of Canada. At this Honda dealer, we're told we can lease this Civic for an even better price than what they advertised. But if the price goes up when the car comes in a few weeks, they say we'll be on the hook for the difference.
There happens to be a price change before the car comes in, then I have no choice to charge it. So if the price change, we have to pay. People don't look for it. So in fact, it's a subject to price change in case there's a price change. So prices change and rates should go up, you have to pay it as well. So that's the problem with owning a car. We cannot guarantee anything.
How is it fair if I've just agreed to a contract and a price based on an ad that they made, that then, poof, we can just change what you pay for this?
It's deceptive. You have no business selling vehicles that way.
In a statement, this Honda dealership says it may have been a miscommunication. They do have price protection when you sign a contract. When we drive on over to this Hyundai dealership, we're told not everyone is eligible for the advertised price.
So to qualify for that, if you have a loyalty or a military, have you bought a Hyundai vehicle in the past?
No.
That's with the loyalty.
So we're unable to get to the advertised price because we don't have the loyalty.
You are unable to, yes.
Oh, that is so slippery.
Is it fair?
It's totally fair to advertise those prices if you're advertising in an armed forces publication or to your existing customers and you tell them that's your price with your loyalty rebate. But to have it in a general market ad without showing the true cost before the rebate is simply a low ball to get you in.
At a different Hyundai dealership, a different ad with a costly fee hiding in the fine print.
This says they don't include a $599 dealer fee in the fine print. Is that allowed
No.
in Ontario?
No. You have to have that in your price for the vehicle.
Hyundai Canada sends us a statement in response to our visits at 3 dealerships, telling us they are committed to the highest standards and expect all dealerships to comply with consumer protection and advertising laws. They also say they're doing a review. At this Ford location, the devil is in the details when it comes to the down payment.
It's $999 down plus the freight and air tax. Freight is $25.95 and air tax is $100.
So, total down payment more than 3 times the number in the ad. The fine print does mention freight and air tax, but doesn't say how much.
I don't know if you read that fine print. I think it's hard to read.
Even the salesperson is critical.
This is ridiculous, man. I complain about this because I can't read this. You can't read this.
I love this guy. Straight shooter.
In an email, that Ford dealership tells us if any part of the ad caused confusion, that's not in line with their standards, and they'll ensure clarity going forward. A different Ford location we visit advertises weekly payments, but the salesperson tells us that's not even possible.
Ford does not do weekly, by the way. Your payment bi-weekly is $199. That's 98 times 2. It's your same thing, right?
Not according to our math.
98 times 2 is not 199, it's actually 196. So if you add that up over the course of the payment, it works out to an extra $200.
$200 is a significant difference. And it also shows you how being off by $2 or $3 or $4 on a weekly payment can become expensive over the term of a loan.
And there's more.
$998 sounds like it's only $1,000. Freight is $2,600.
With freight and some other charges in the fine print, this truck actually has a due on delivery payment of more than $4,000.
They tell you not to tell people that when they come in, but that's what it is.
In a statement, that Ford dealership disputes our findings. They tell us you can make weekly payments directly to Ford. They say their ads are clear, they are transparent with consumers, and they never told staff to hide anything.
The total due at signing should be in the bold print. This is like a selective presentation of the information designed to bring you in on this and hope that you forget all about everything else.
Coming up, an idea that could level the playing field for consumers.
I believe that Canadian consumers should have a cooling off period.
So, what is the government waiting for? You've been a big supporter of car drivers in Ontario. Can you tell me why your government hasn't supported that yet? It's been a bit of a bumpy ride on our car shopping trip. 6 out of 15 dealerships charge us more than what their ad says.
Very disappointing. Lowball pricing has not disappeared.
Next stop on our car shopping trip, the Ontario Motor Vehicle Industry Council, or OMVIC. It's their job to enforce how dealerships sell vehicles in Ontario. Maureen Hartwell is the CEO. So we did some secret shopping, and what we wanted to see is, can we actually get the car that's featured in an ad for the price that it's advertised at?
Right. In Ontario, of course, all-in pricing is the law. It's been the law since 2010.
We tell her that several dealerships we visited charged us more than the price in the ad.
6 out of 15 is concerning.
And when we tell her about the 4 dealerships showing a more expensive vehicle in their ad,
listen, this could very well be seen as misrepresentation. We expect dealers to be open and transparent, be clear with consumers. And certainly we'd want us to look into that one 100%.
OMVIC does secret shopping too, and Maureen says their findings show the industry is improving.
And for the most part, dealers are doing a great job. Clearly, and based on some of these examples that you've shared with me today, there's some who are not.
How effective do you feel OMVIC is if, even in our sample, 40% of dealerships are charging us more than what they're advertising in those ads?
Well, listen, I actually think we are effective. We're also doing a lot of the education piece, educating not just consumers so that they know what to expect when they walk in, but it's also about reminding dealers of what their obligation is in terms of all-in pricing.
We did speak to a consumer advocate who says a license to sell cars is a privilege, not a right, and that OMVIC should suspend a car dealer's license for charging more for the advertised price. So what do you say to that?
We have a legal process that we have to go through. It would be about how egregious the conduct is, how long the conduct has been going on. If it's very egregious, you know, sure, that's part of my toolbox. But we believe, and it's best practice in regulation, to have a progressive enforcement program, because you can change behavior sometimes without using the nuclear method, for example.
I hear what you're saying. You want a progressive approach and you want education. But honestly, this seems pretty egregious to me. And so my sense is, respectfully, that's not working. You brought this legislation in 2010. It's 2025. We only looked at 15, and this is what we found. So why not change your approach?
You know, as registrar, I have that toolbox of powers. I take those powers very seriously, and I also know that we have to ensure that we have sufficient grounds to defend my decision. So again, could I use the power? I could.
Meantime, car columnist Lorraine Sommerfeld would like to see consumers have the final word.
I believe that Canadian consumers should have a cooling off period. If you buy a condo or you buy a fitness membership, you have a cooling off period.
Why do you think that that is so important, especially when it comes to a big purchase like a car?
A 24-hour period when you have a signed contract, you haven't taken delivery of the car. You're not bringing back a used car. It's such a big purchase. Why shouldn't you have a chance to give it a minute? You get home and someone looks at it and says, why did you sign up for all this stuff?
Turns out OMVIC would like a cooling off period too.
We are a consumer protection organization, so from our seat, it was something that was worthy of consideration. Unfortunately, you know, the government made the decision not to proceed with it.
But here's the thing. In some parts of Canada, a cooling off period already exists. Quebec and BC have one for some car purchases, but not for the rest of Canada. And in 2024, the Ontario government said no to a cooling off period, saying it would create unnecessary red tape with negative consequences for the industry and consumer experience.
You have been really clear, and so have other consumer advocates. Cooling off period, that's what we need. OMVIC wanted the cooling off period. How come we don't have one?
Because those dealers have a lot of sway down the street here with their premier.
So what does Ontario's Premier Doug Ford have to say about giving consumers the chance to walk away? Charles Siagra with Marketplace. We want to talk to you about cars. Consumer advocates have been calling for a cooling off period so that when someone buying a car changes their mind, they can back out of a deal. OMVIC wants a cooling off period too.
So
You've been a big supporter of car drivers in Ontario.
Okay.
Can you tell me why your government hasn't supported that yet?
Under the Motor Vehicles Dealer Act, that you know, what is advertised, no matter if it's on television or newspaper, they have to meet that price.
Yeah.
I highly recommend, no matter what, no matter if it's furniture, cars, when you sign that bottom piece of paper, if it's not that price, don't sign it.
Well, we tested that too. It didn't go that well, but I'm talking about a cooling off period. So if they want to back out, they can.
Yeah.
And your government hasn't supported that yet. Any plans to reconsider?
I'll speak to the minister, but I'll tell you, be cautious. Do not pay more than what they've advertised. Simple as that.
So the next time you're car shopping, Lorraine wants you to remember you're in the driver's seat.
You can walk out of a dealership at any point during a sale whenever you want. Your feet are the most important part of this. If you're being taken advantage of, don't sit there and think you have to take it. Tons of decent people will sell you a car. Don't get beat up.